My husband ignored me for 3 months, so I stopped doing his laundry, making his meals, and picking up his calls. His name is Mark, and after 5 years of marriage, he decided to punish me with absolute silence because I refused to skip my own graduation ceremony to attend his coworker's backyard barbecue. He didn't scream or slam doors. He just erased my presence entirely. He would walk right past me in the hallway, stare at his phone during dinner, and give single-word answers if I asked a direct question. For the first 8 weeks, I begged him to talk to me, leaving voicemails and crying at night while he slept on the very edge of the bed. He just looked right through me, treating me like a ghost in my own home. By the 3rd month, the sadness turned into a cold, hard realization that I was destroying myself for a man who didn't care. So, I completely checked out. I started by leaving his laundry in a growing pile on his side of the closet, washing only my own clothes on Sunday mornings. It took him 12 days to notice, finally holding up a dirty work shirt with a confused frown. I didn't yell. I just told him I was only handling my own chores from now on. That night, I watched him navigate the washing machine for the first time in years. Next came the food. I stopped cooking our usual family dinners and started preparing simple, healthy meals for one. The first evening he walked into the kitchen and saw a single plate on the table, he asked where his portion was. I simply told him I assumed he had his own dinner covered, since we weren't speaking. He stared at me, jaw tight, before ordering takeout and eating it alone in the living room. Final boundary was his daytime phone calls. Mark was used to calling me during his lunch break to have me handle his personal errands, scheduling his dentist appointments, calling his mechanic, or dealing with our landlord. The next time his name flashed on my screen, I quietly flipped my phone face down and went back to my book. He tried texting, but I left his messages on read for hours. The illusion of his power completely shattered last night when his parents came over for a planned family dinner. Mark spent the first 10 minutes pretending everything was perfect, but the cracks showed the moment we sat down. His mother looked at the table and asked why there was no food prepared. Before Mark could lie, I looked directly across at his parents. I told them that since Mark hadn't spoken a meaningful word to me in 90 days, I had stopped managing his life, his meals, and his schedule. The room went completely dead silent. His father looked at Mark in absolute disbelief, asking him what on earth he was thinking. Mark's face flushed a deep, humiliated red as he tried to stammer out an excuse, but there was nothing he could say to defend 3 months of emotional cruelty in front of his own family. They didn't take his side. His mother actually apologized to me before they quietly packed up and left the house. Sitting in the quiet living room after they closed the door, Mark finally looked at me with panicked, exhausted eyes, realizing his silence had completely backfired. He tried to claim he was just stressed from work and didn't mean for things to go this far. I just smiled faintly and walked back to my room. He didn't break my spirit. He just broke my dependency on him, and I have never felt more at peace.